Hey everyone, so I have a Chinese style 125 pit bike engine for my drift trike that I'm building. Okay, where are we? Down here. Right, now what never gets explained when you're not a bike engine person is that I couldn't understand the ignition system. Now I'm an electrician, I kind of know what I'm doing generally. Couldn't get my head around what it was meant to do. Couldn't find any decent videos on what it was supposed to do and how it was supposed to work, etc, etc. Now then, after dissecting this properly and working out what it actually needs, how it actually works, I'm going to break it down to 3 or 4 wires. So if you're going to build one of these trike, like drift trikes, and you buy one of these Chinese 125 engines, when it turns up, all it has is two cables coming off, where are you? The top of the engine. We have this one that's got 2 yellows, a green, a blue with a white streak, and a black with a red streak. The other cable you don't need. It has a plug on the end with a load of colours on the end of it. Okay? You don't need it. So ignore that. Now then, to get this to run, it's not like a car where you need a 12-volt power supply to run it, okay? Basically, when you rotate the engine, it generates its own power. Powers up this little CDI unit, whatever it's fucking hell it's called, and it generates a spark. And it really is simple. So, all you need to do is the green wire coming off the little loom coming out the top of the engine, just screw it to the body, okay? But make sure that it's connected to the green of the little CDI, or just connect it straight to the CDI unit. The only reason I've done it like that is because I've got a push switch going on. So just connect green to green from the engine to the CDI unit or to the chassis, okay? And then simply color code it. So it's a red, this one goes, it's predominantly a red cable from the CDI unit with a black streak, goes to a cable that's got predominantly a black cable with a red streak. It's the same cable. Connect the two together. And the same with the blue. So it's a predominantly blue cable with a white streak down it. Just connect that together. And then you have out of the CDI unit, you have a yellow with a black. And that goes to, that's kind of like your live to the coil pack. And then from the coil pack, there's a green, just screw that to the body as well. That's enough. When you turn the engine over, it will spark. No batteries needed, but bearing in mind, if you've got petrol in it, it will run. All right, so just be a bit careful. So turn it over, the easiest way to do it is to take the spark plug out, put it on the cap like that. Where is it there? And just sit it on the body like that. And then when you turn it over, I suppose I'd better explain that bit as well, don't I? So to get the starter motor to run, or you could kickstart it. If you kickstarted it, it would turn over and it would start. Okay, it's as simple as that. So it's technically 4 wires. Now, if you've got an electronic start, which I have, which is what this is, you need this little high power starter pack. And all it does is just basically a contactor. So you turn it on with a battery, which is what's down here. You power it and it clicks and it sends power through the starter, through the thing and to the starter motor, and it will turn the engine over. And when it turns it over, this will generate a spark and it will spark. Okay? So it's not rocket science, but when you've never done it before, it's really complex. So really simply, it doesn't need a 12-volt power supply or any power supply. As soon as you turn the engine over, it will generate its own power and its own spark, providing you haven't cross-wired this. This thing blows. If you're not careful, these are really easy to blow. They're not expensive. They're like 20 quid. They're not even that. They're like a tenner. But just be careful. And then just on that unit, there is a black and a white, a black cable with a white streak down it. To get it, so obviously this, you wouldn't be able to turn this engine off. If it was running now, you wouldn't be able to turn it off. This black wire, all you need to do, put it through a switch, or it can just touch earth. If it touches earth, it will shut the power module off. It will turn it off and stop the spark and stop the engine from running, okay? So that's really what the kill switch is for. That kill switch would go onto this. And all it does is go from there to earth, okay? Really is as simple as that. I didn't know that. And a CDI later that I blew up because I couldn't find anywhere that explained it simply. And I'm hoping that's really simple. So you don't need all this other crap that they send out and all these plugs, the wiring loom. You don't need any of it. It's all crap. Cut the wiring loom open. You need like 4 wires. And if you just simply want it to run, you just need that brown, the black, the blue, the yellow and the green. Simple as that. Good luck, guys. I'm going to get on and do the rest and build it.